the million-dollar question that remains is, what about us? President Biden promised to deliver on a black agenda. He didn't mention it in the words of saying black Americans in his State of the Union address last night, but did he overlook black America? BNC White House correspondent Rarione Maniece joins us live now from the Capitol Rotunda with what black congressional leaders are saying and how they're responding. Ariana.
Well, Kelly, we heard President Biden briefly touch on issues directly impacting black America in his first State of the Union address. Now, the question remains whether he has the political power and maneuver to deliver on those legislative priorities that he listed. Directly after his remarks, I spoke with members of the Congressional Black Caucus who tell me they still have faith in the president.
Presenting to you the President of the United States.
President Biden delivered his first State of the Union address to a packed chamber of congressional lawmakers. President Biden attempted to strike a tone of hope at a tense time for Americans.
I know news about what's happening can seem alarming to all Americans, but I want you to know we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay.
The president hit on four main points: the economy, COVID-19, Russian aggression against Ukraine, and Biden's unity agenda. It was Biden's comment on the response against Russia, where a divided Congress stood together.
I appreciated what he said about the Ukraine, but we need to go after the oil and gas sector of Russia.
The president also detailed plans to combat inflation and a path out of the pandemic. The president faced some criticism for not directly mentioning his plans to address issues important to black America, including wiping away college debt and extending the child tax credit. But he did echo calls for Congress to pass two landmark voting bills.
A lot more work to be done. I think there is more work to do on voting rights, more extensive negotiations, more talk about it, to know how important it is. He did say it was a fundamental right.
It's a matter that has been stalled for months. Democratic House members point their attention to two holdouts in the Senate.
I want every member of Black America to understand that there are two human beings who are standing in the way of what all of us want, or most of us want.
One of the holdouts, Senator Kirsten Sinema.
I'm angry about it. I'm going to be one of the people who will go into Arizona and campaign in the primary against her. I will say that openly.
The president also made mention of increase in funding for police to improve resources and training. Police reform is another issue Democrats struggled to pass in the president's first year. Some black House members say they're committed to passing their priorities.
We're going to have to move like torpedoes, and I hear them very loudly. I want voting rights. I want police reform. We are working on that. It may come out in a different form, if you will, but we haven't forgotten.
Now, the president did also tout the historic nomination of Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson to the nation's highest court. She was on Capitol Hill today meeting with ranking members in the Senate leading up to her confirmation hearing, which we learned will begin on March 21st. Back to you.